Hello, beautiful listeners, and welcome back to Green Earth Essentials, the podcast where we explore holistic living, natural wellness, and sustainable self care. I'm your host, Michelle Jackson, and today's episode is a little more personal and a little more furry. I want to talk about something that brings me joy, comfort, and a surprising amount of healing: cats. If you've been following me for a while, you might know I have 3 cats, all of whom I acquired through what many lovingly call the cat distribution system. You know, the one where a cat just kind of appears in your life and suddenly you're a cat parent. Each of my cats has their own personality. One is a quiet observer. Another is a cuddly shadow who follows me everywhere. And the third is a bold little guardian who always seems to sense when I'm anxious or overwhelmed. They are sweet, intuitive, and genuinely comforting. And that got me thinking, why do cats have such a profound impact on our well-being? So today we're diving into the wellness benefits of living with a cat, backed by science, ancient wisdom, and a whole lot of purring. Let's start with one of the most noticeable and well documented benefits of living with a cat: mental health support. Petting a cat stimulates the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which fosters connection and trust while lowering cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. This simple act helps shift us into the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and recovery state. That's why petting a cat can feel so instantly calming, especially during times of stress, anxiety, or emotional overwhelm. Studies consistently show that cat owners report lower levels of psychological distress, improved mood, and even better sleep. The act of caring for a cat, feeding, grooming, playing, offers a sense of routine, purpose, and emotional grounding, which can be especially important for people dealing with depression or burnout. Even just watching a cat move can be therapeutic. Their graceful, intentional presence naturally invites us to slow down and be in the moment. And when they purr beside you, it's not just relaxing, it may also be helping your nervous system regulate through subtle sound and vibration. What's especially meaningful is how emotionally intuitive cats can be. Many cat guardians, myself included, can recall times when a cat sensed sadness or tension and instinctively came closer, curling up next to your heart, laying across your lap, or simply sitting nearby. It's a kind of nonverbal support that reminds you you're not alone, even when words fail. In clinical and therapeutic settings, cats have been introduced to help ease PTSD, anxiety, and trauma related disorders, especially in environments where calm, quiet companionship makes a real difference. They don't try to fix you. They don't ask for explanations. They just show up. And that in itself can be deeply healing. So, whether your cat is snuggled up beside you after a long day, or silently keeping you company in your quietest moments, know that their presence is doing more than comforting you. It's supporting your emotional balance in a way that's both natural and profound. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. Purring may actually have therapeutic effects on a physical level, not just emotional or energetic. Cats typically purr at frequencies ranging from 25 to 150 hertz. And what's truly remarkable is that these same frequencies have been studied in vibrational therapy and found to have healing properties in humans and other animals. Some of these frequencies overlap with those used in physical therapy for promoting bone density, joint repair, and muscle recovery. According to researchers, these vibrations can help stimulate bone growth, reduce inflammation, and even enhance the healing of soft tissue. This may explain why cats have a unique ability to recover from injuries that would be quite serious in other animals, such as falls or fractures. In fact, some scientists have speculated that this self-healing ability might be one reason why cats tend to have fewer post-operative complications and faster healing times compared to dogs. This has led to the idea that a cat's purr functions as a sort of biological tuning fork, constantly aligning and supporting their own physiology, and possibly yours too. Think about it. When a cat chooses to lie on your chest, on your abdomen, or near an achy knee or hip, they may be doing more than offering comfort. Those soothing purrs aren't just relaxing your mind, they might also be gently vibrating your tissues, helping your body regulate pain and accelerate recovery. Some hospitals and rehab centers have even explored the concept of purr therapy in conjunction with animal-assisted therapy programs, especially for patients with chronic pain, bone disorders, or anxiety-related conditions. And here's something even more interesting. Cats don't just purr when they're content. They also purr when they're injured, frightened, or unwell. That suggests that purring is not just a social cue. It's a built-in self-healing mechanism. They literally vibrate themselves back into balance. So, the next time your cat curls up on your chest after a long day, or near a sore spot on your body, try to see it not just as affection, but as a kind of low frequency healing session, custom designed by nature. It's another reason cats feel so magical. They're wired for wellness, and when they love you, they bring that healing frequency into your world too. Surprisingly, having a cat in your home may even affect your immune system in positive ways. While some people assume that pets always trigger allergies, the reality is much more nuanced and, in many cases, quite the opposite. Research shows that exposure to cats, especially in early childhood, can actually lower the risk of developing certain allergies, including pet allergies, asthma, and even eczema. This ties into what's known as the hygiene hypothesis, the idea that overly sterile environments may limit the natural development of the immune system. When children are exposed to low levels of dander, dust, and microbes like those found in a home with cats, their immune systems learn how to differentiate between harmless substances and real threats. In other words, early exposure can help the body build tolerance rather than hypersensitivity. But the benefits aren't limited to kids. For adults, interacting with cats has been linked to lower stress hormones like cortisol, which plays a big role in regulating immune function. When stress is chronic, the immune system becomes suppressed, making it harder to fight off infections or recover from illness. Cats, with their rhythmic purring and soothing presence, can help calm our nervous systems, leading to a more balanced internal environment. There's also evidence suggesting that pet owners may experience faster recovery from common illnesses like colds or minor infections. The emotional bond and physical companionship offered by cats can contribute to lower blood pressure, improved heart rate variability, and even reduced inflammation over time, all of which support overall immune resilience. And let's not forget, cats encourage routines. Feeding them, playing with them, even cleaning their litter boxes gives structure to the day, which in itself can help regulate sleep, hormones, and immunity. So while it might not be the first thing people think of when discussing wellness, having a cat may just be a secret ally in supporting a healthier, more resilient body. One of the most powerful and underappreciated gifts that cats offer is the gift of companionship, especially the kind that speaks to your nervous system, not just your social calendar. For people who live alone, work from home, or are navigating difficult emotions like grief, burnout, or depression, the presence of a cat can be a quiet but steady lifeline. Studies have shown that pet ownership is associated with decreased feelings of loneliness, and even small daily interactions with a pet can improve emotional resilience over time. Cats offer something unique, non-verbal companionship. They're with you without asking for explanations or emotional performance. They don't need you to cheer up or pretend you're okay. Their presence is neutral, calm, and constant. And that's incredibly healing when the world feels noisy, overwhelming, or full of expectations. They don't judge. They don't interrupt. They just sit near you, blink slowly, and exist with you in the same space. And that's enough. That kind of non-demanding connection is a powerful antidote to the emotional isolation that so many people experience today. There's also the way cats introduce a kind of gentle structure and purpose to your daily life. You get up to feed them, scoop the litter box, fill the water bowl, maybe sit down to play or give them a few minutes of affection. These small routines might seem insignificant, but they actually provide emotional scaffolding, especially when your life feels like it's falling apart. In mental health care, this is known as behavioral activation, the idea that even minor responsibilities and interactions can help improve mood, regulate circadian rhythm, and combat inertia. Your cat becomes part of that rhythm. They create micro moments of connection that gently pull you out of your head and back into your body. Even something as simple as a cat curling up on your lap can encourage stillness and presence. You pause, breathe more slowly, maybe put down your phone. And in those moments, you're not just sharing space with a pet, you're experiencing a kind of co-regulation. Their calm becomes your calm. It's not unusual for people to say, "My cat saved me," because in those moments of deep disconnection from others, from life, or even from yourself, a cat doesn't need to fix you. They just stay near. And sometimes that's all we really need to begin finding our way back. For people who are neurodivergent, highly sensitive, or easily overstimulated, cats can serve as incredible sensory balancers, almost like intuitive furry therapists. Many of us live in a world that constantly bombards us with sound, light, and expectations. For those with ADHD, autism, PTSD, or sensory processing challenges, this kind of input can quickly lead to overwhelm. Cats, however, bring a completely different energy into the room, one of subtlety, softness, and calm. They're quiet, slow-moving, and deeply in tune with their surroundings, which makes them ideal companions for those who crave low-stimulation environments. The simple act of petting a cat has real measurable effects on the nervous system. Stroking their fur engages the parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest and digest mode. It slows the heart rate, reduces blood pressure, and increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. That repetitive rhythmic motion can be grounding for people who struggle with emotional regulation or attention shifts, helping to bring focus and calm to a dysregulated brain. And for those with tactile sensitivities, cats can offer a form of controlled exposure that feels safe and pleasant. Their warmth, their gentle weight when curled up on your lap, the vibration of a purr. All of these create a multi-sensory experience that's rich but not overwhelming. But cats don't just help regulate us, they also model nervous system regulation. Watch how a cat moves through their day. They find the warmest sunbeam or the softest blanket and just melt into it. They stretch slowly, they nap often, they're fully present in each moment. This kind of embodied mindfulness reminds us to pause, breathe, and come back to the present. In a world that often demands constant productivity and stimulation, cats are a quiet invitation to do the opposite. They teach us that slowing down is not laziness, it's wisdom. For those of us trying to stay balanced in overstimulating environments, cats aren't just pets. They're gentle, living guides in emotional and sensory regulation. Cats are also beneficial for people across the lifespan. In nursing homes, therapy cats have been shown to reduce agitation in people with dementia. For children with autism, having a cat may reduce anxiety and improve social behavior. They offer a calm, consistent presence that doesn't require complex communication. For many, especially those who feel misunderstood, cats offer silent, healing companionship. And then there's what many people describe as the energetic or intuitive bond between cats and humans, something that might feel mystical but can also be explored through science and subtle biology. Cats are highly sensitive creatures, both behaviorally and neurologically. Their nervous systems are finely tuned to detect small changes in their environment, including shifts in body language, vocal tone, scent, and even hormone levels. For example, studies have shown that animals, including cats, can detect changes in cortisol and adrenaline in human sweat or breath, which gives them clues when we're stressed, anxious, or upset. This sensitivity means cats often respond to our emotional states even when we try to mask them. Many cat guardians report their cats becoming more affectionate or attentive during periods of grief, depression, or illness. While we often describe this as intuitive, there's growing evidence that cats may actually be responding to physiological cues and electromagnetic changes in our bodies, much like how service dogs are trained to detect seizures or blood sugar drops. There's also evidence that cats can be affected by and even help regulate our autonomic nervous system when they curl up beside us, purring in their low frequency range. They may be influencing our heart rate variability and helping shift us into a calmer, more parasympathetic state, also known as rest and digest mode. This creates a feedback loop of emotional and physiological co-regulation. In my own experience, I've noticed my cats instinctively show up when I'm emotionally off balance. One will settle across my legs or gently rest near my heart, almost like they're syncing their rhythm with mine. It's subtle but deeply felt, like they're providing somatic grounding, even if we don't always have the language for it. So, while there's still a bit of mystery to how animals respond to human emotion, it's not all magic. There are real biological mechanisms at play. The next time your cat curls up beside you when you're stressed, it may not just be love. It could be their way of reading your stress signals and offering regulation and calm. And of course, from a sustainability standpoint, cats tend to have a lower environmental footprint than larger pets. They eat less, require fewer resources, and can thrive in smaller spaces. You can also make small, sustainable swaps in your cat care, like using biodegradable litter, natural flea remedies, and eco-friendly toys. Cats aren't just pets. They're healers, companions, and often little emotional anchors in our lives. Whether it's their soothing purrs, their calming presence, or just the way they curl up beside you at exactly the right time, cats can be powerful allies in holistic wellness. If you have a cat, or three like me, I'd love to hear how they support your well-being. Feel free to message me on Instagram or share your story on Patreon. Thanks for tuning in to Green Earth Essentials. Don't forget to follow, share with your fellow cat lovers, and leave a review if this episode made you smile. If you'd like to support this show and help us continue creating valuable episodes such as this one, visit patreon.com/Green Earth Essentials. Until next time, give your kitty a cuddle and take care of yourself too. This is Michelle Jackson signing off.